current day. Tracks and points, but the cars are not. They're from 1998, when the racing was heavy and hard. Everyone had tobacco sponsors, and no one drove high to ride the rail. Back when it was all about raising hell, turning left and praising Dale. The classic Britain style, right to your guns new. You'll see drivers you remember that you love, and some that you love to hate. See, I was found gaming racing series NASCAR Heat 5 in 1998.
All right, back here with the NASCAR Heat 5 1998 mod, doing Atlanta, where we qualified, or we didn't qualify earlier this year. We were cocky. Second race of the season. It's the second video in this series. If you want to go back and watch that before we're watching this one, it's the first time we have returned to a track in this season here at Atlanta. So we qualified, and as you can see, there's no practice time, and there's a reason for that. This is the second time I'm recording this, because the very first time I did it and got into the race, I still had it on 13% race. So we were going to run 43 laps, and that just seemed kind of insane. So I had to back out and go back to 7%. We actually qualified worse in this run. So, yeah, we'll try and make it up through the field. We did a good job in the first race here in Atlanta this season, but I really was hoping to qualify better than what we did here in 27th. We actually put it at 29, so two people in front of us are going to the back. It's just going to kind of be about feathering the corners. We're not going to hit the brakes at all, so it's just going to kind of be like whether just go where they're not. If the people we're trying to pass are down low, we're going to have to find a way to run high, and if they're going to drift up a bit, then we have to find a way to pass them underneath. So it's going to just be about racing clean and getting through the field as quick as possible. And let's see. We've had a rough couple weeks, so a good run here would be welcome. So let's see what we can do here. Bobby Hamilton crashed during qualifying. Robbie Gordon changed his engine. And Mike Skinner, who needs a good run, puts it on the pole next to Bobby Labonte. We'll start further back in the field, 27th on the inside line, next to Ted Musgrave and behind Ken Schrader. Green is out. This one is underway, and it is not 43 laps, so I like that. It's only 23. I think whenever we're on 4 fresh tires, though, this is as good as we're probably going to be for this race. So I think it's important to get as many people passed here in these early laps as possible. Jeff Green up there, I think he's going to wind up slowing up that top line a lot as he goes backwards. Maybe we can pull him around, though. Again, just trying to go where they're not, trying to be in the best place to make these passes. I want to be down low, but if we can't get the line heading into the corner, we're just going to have to find a way to pass cars up high. Again, the crux of this racing series, 19 races in, trying to do it as clean as possible, not as easy as it's said to be done. Couple laps in, though, we went from 29th to 17th, but like I said, I think that's going to be about as fast as we are going to be today. So we need to get as many spots as possible there early on, and if we can find a way to kind of pick guys off now going forward one at a time, obviously that'll be good for us. we're starting to see a little bit of tire wear, not a lot. Just running some good laps here so far. Under 30, that's really good for us. These guys in front of us race for position. Jeff Gordon out front, and that is not a surprise. He has been absolutely unstoppable these last few races. You see the car just kind of drift up on me. That right front going away pretty quick, actually.
To the green. Are you ready? Ready. Still there inside.
Okay. Well, that kind of puts us behind the 8 ball here. We're going to have to be a little more aggressive if this car can handle it.
Careful, still there. Bottom clear. Car on the outside now.
Kind of weird how Ken Schrader or Kenny Wallace and Ernie Irvin didn't have to pit there, considering what happened. And, you know, I guess you could say that's my fault. We were just drafting with Kenny Wallace going into the corner, and I guess in the game's mind, we sent him off into the corner just a little bit too hot, and he wound up, well, you saw what happened. Steve.
Careful, still there. Keep digging. Time to go. You got room. You're clear.
Just had to slow down so bad for Schrader there.
Stay low, stay low. All right, you're clear there. You got room. You're clear there. Still there? All right, you're clear there. Careful, still there. All right, you're clear there.
Thought about it.
Careful, still there.
We'll just cut him off instead.
You got room. You're clear.
All right, that puts us in the top 10 somehow, some way. Driving through the field, I think these new tires at a track like Atlanta really do turn you into Superman. Like I said, whenever we have 4 fresh tires on, I feel like that's as good as we're going to be for the day. Like at the start of the race, and right there you saw it. So getting as many positions there as possible was key.
Got one up top. You got room, you're clear there.
That right front down to 85% now. Just considering how hard we pushed this car to get back up through the field after restarting dead last on the field.
5 laps to go. Careful, still there.
And these are the guys around us right now in points. Burton, Jarrett, Earnhardt, Wallace up there, I think. These are guys that it'd be nice to beat. Because these are the guys chasing us, and when we restarted there, that was definitely in the back of my mind, as we could fall pretty low in the points
All clear.
with a bad finish here. I just don't think we're going to have enough to get up there and compete with those guys. Which stinks, because I think we're faster than them. Gordon all the way up against the wall with Rusty.
I need 3 more. It's all left, man. Keep it going. Careful, still there. All right, clear on that. Last lap, get your mark.
I think if I had one more lap, I could have got up there. What a wild, wild race there for us. We'll take home third. Of course, we saw who won, but we'll take a look at who had the fastest lap. I'd assume us. And then who led the most laps, but I'm pretty sure we know who did that too. But we will take a look at the results and the full advanced point standings. Let's take a look right here. All right, let's take a look at how they finished here at Atlanta. Second time this season. We did not have the fastest lap. Bill Elliott did. And then Jeff Gordon leading the most laps. Not really surprised there. We saw that 24 pace in the field for pretty much most of the day. Top 10. I mean, we're talking the usual suspects up here, folks. Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace, Bill Elliott, Jeff Burton, Dale Jarrett, Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte, Ernie Irvin, and then Kenny Wallace, who we had that kerfuffle with, who winds up still finishing 10th. Mike Skinner, a good run for him. Bobby Labonte's top 10 streak comes to an end. We'll take a look at that. Ken Schrader, good points day for him. Ricky Rudd, Kyle Petty, Brett Bodine, a good finish. 16th 16th place 2 weeks in a row for Brett Bodine. Don't worry, I don't talk on the radio or anything. I know what I'm saying. Rick Craven, Ward Burton, some guys that needed better points days in the 20s between Craven, Mast, Andretti and Little both could use good days. Mark Martin fell down the most of anyone, to 27th. Johnny Benson, that hurts. Jeff Bodine, that hurts. And then kind of 31st through 40th, a lot of the usual suspects in there. Let's take a look at the points, and it is narrowing up here, folks. 3 straight wins for Jeff Gordon, and he has put himself right there. 602, Bobby Labonte, a 5-point lead over him. So those two have kind of set themselves apart. We are right here in the thick of the two, folks. We are 4th in the point standings, but we are 1 point ahead of Mark Martin, 3 points ahead of Dale Jarrett, 4 points ahead of Dale, or 7 points ahead of Dale Earnhardt, and then 12 points ahead of Rusty Wallace, and 16 points ahead of Jeff Burton. So we could easily fall to 9th with a rough race. And that reminds me to go ahead and look up the NASCAR schedule to see where we'll be going next while we take a look at the rest of this. Let's take a look at the chase. Right now, nothing changed as far as who would make it into the chase, as Jeff Bodine and Rick Mask are both tied at 353. Mike Skinner, a decent run from him. A good run from Ken Schrader brings him back into it. Ricky Craven continues the mediocrity at 327, but still within striking distance. Again, don't be surprised to see a win from one of these guys down here. It would certainly shake things up. The expanded stats, Jeff Gordon gets his 7th win of the season, which is kind of crazy going through this, as he has won 3 in a row right now. But those 2 finishes outside the top 30 are what we say each and every week. That's what's doing him in right now, and letting Bobby Labonte's consistency keep that point lead. We get our 6th top 5 of the season, our 11th top 10, and 16 top 20s to keep us up there and going. If we hadn't have 5 fast laps this season, we would be down in 7th place in the points, actually. So those fastest lap points and most lap leg points are what that's the difference between 4th and 7th in the points for us right now. So that's pretty crazy, and it's good that we've got those points to kind of fall back on and have. Yeah, like 14 top 5s for Jeff Gordon, though. That is crazy, man. 14 top 5s. You can kind of see here, he has won 3 in a row, and he has won 5 of the last 8. So yeah, he is clipping on another level right now. Jeff Gordon is really doing some big time work here. You can see it. It's just going to kind of be a reflection of the points and how they stand. The top 10s, most of them. Mike Skinner has 5 down here. Rick Mass only with 3. He's the lowest guy in the chase. Top 20s, if we sort them as well, you can kind of see more of the same. Rick Mass down here. He's just had some good races, so that's what the points look like. It is tightening up. Jeff Gordon is making his run towards Bobby Labonte and trying to take that point lead away. Next week, it's scheduled to be the Chicago Street Course, but that's not where we're going to go. We'll have to find some alternate. Maybe we'll just do, I don't know, we'll take a look at it. We'll see what the options are for taking the place of Chicago's road course. It might just be Chicago Speedway. I know it's an oval track, but there's not a lot of great options out there. So I'll take a look at it. We'll be back next week. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Just enjoy your YouTube experience. And we'll be back next Wednesday for the NASCAR Heat 5 1998 mod as this season rolls right along. Thanks for watching Allen Farm Gaming.